Welcome back. In the last video, we looked at classifying triangles. In this video, we're going to focus on equilateral and isosceles triangle. Every equilateral triangle is also equiangular with angles that measure 60 degrees. Every isosceles triangle has two congruent sides called legs and two congruent base angles. What we're going to do here is we're going to find each variable, each side length, and each angle measure in the figures below. Now the angle measures on this first one are super simple because I know it's equilateral because these three angles all have to be the same. And since those three angles have to be the same, I can say that they are all 60. So the angles there are pretty simple. Okay. When I want to find the variable, since they're equilateral, that means all of these are going to be the same length. So I can set any two equal to each other. So I can set these two equal to each other and solve for x. I could set these two equal to each other and solve for x. Or I could set these two equal to each other and solve for x. I get to pick what I want to do. Okay? So I'm just going to pick these two. But I could pick any that I wanted. I'm going to do 6x minus 5 equals 5x. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and solve that. So I'm going to subtract my 5x to get all my x's together. When I do that, sometimes we make this interesting mistake here. 6x minus 5x is just 1x minus 5. And then we go, oh, that cancels out, so now there's just nothing, and we try to solve it from here, and we no longer have an equal symbol. So it doesn't cancel and just go to the thin air. It does become a number. 5x minus 5x is 0. So we do have a number there. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. When I do that, I get x equals 5. Okay, so we found our variable. We also want to find the side length. Okay, oops, have a little sugar ant in here. All right, we also want to find our side length. So when I plug in the 5 into each of these x's, all of them should come out to the exact same side length. Okay, so my side lengths are going to be 6 times 5 minus 5, and 5 times 5, and then 3 times 5 plus 10. So 6 times 5 minus 5 is 30. 6 times 5 is 30, and then minus 5 is 25. 5 times 5 is 25. 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 plus 10 is also 25. So my sides are all 25 units. So find each variable, side length, and angle measure. My variable x is 5, my sides are 25, and my angles are all 60. Okay? When I look at the next one, when I come over and look at my isosceles triangle, I know it's isosceles because only two are marked the same, the third one is not marked. So we can't say that this one equals either one of these two. It might, but we don't know that for sure. But I do know that 7y is definitely going to equal 28. Okay, so to solve that, I'm just going to divide by 7 on both sides. When I do that, I get y equals 4. So I found one variable. I also have my x's. I could have found those first. I just gravitated to finding my sides first. So when I put a 4 in here, and I do 7 times 4, this side is 28, which makes sense because that side's 28. And my bottom down here, 4 times y plus 3, where y was 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 plus 3 is 19. So my sides are 28, 28, and 19. So this time they're not all three the same because we're isosceles. Just two of them are the same. The third one is okay to be different on this side. All right, now my angles, this is where we have to be a little bit interesting because I know that if I have two sides that are the same, these are my legs, which are the same, and then I have a base. And I know that these two base angles, A and C, are going to be equal to each other. But I can't do 6x plus 6 equals 6x plus 6 because everything will cancel out when I try to solve, and I'll end up with 0 equals 0. And that's not okay because that's an infinite answer. So I have to do something else. I know this angle here, angle A, is exactly the same as angle C. And if I know those are the same, and I know that the three angles in the triangle add together to make 180, I can use the fact that these two bottom ones are the same. If I add it together to itself, 6x plus 6 plus this angle, which is also 6x plus 6, plus the top angle, 2x, that's going to equal 180 degrees because the three angles in the triangle add up to 180. All right, so then I'm going to combine my like terms and get 6x plus 6x plus 2x is 14x. And then I'm going to combine my constant numbers, 6 and 6, which is 12, equals 180. Subtract 12 on both sides. And I'm going to get 14x is going to equal 168. Divide both sides by 14. And x equals 168 divided by 14 is 12. Okay? So now I know x equals 12. I can use that to plug it in here and to plug it in here. So to find my angle measures, I'm going to have 2 times 12. So this angle is 24. And I'm going to have 6 times 12 plus 6. 6 times 12 plus 6 is 78 degrees. If this side is 78 degrees, then this side is 78 degrees, and we can check that 24 plus 78 does equal 180. So I found both my variables, I found my sides, and I found my angles. Okay? Hopefully that helps you working with equilateral and isosceles triangles. Thank you so much for watching.